Hey guys, Jengar here. We have a dev server on patch 1.99. It's the first dev server out, and we're gonna take a look at the newly added airplanes in this patch. I've already taken a little bit of a sneak peek, and it is mainly jets again, just like the last patch, and one excuse prop so that they cannot be accused of adding only jets. They did it in the last patch with a German bomber, and they now have a Japanese attacker in there. So yeah, we do have a prop somewhere in there, but let's take a look at all these new jets. It seems like they are filling up the jet gaps in between there and beefing up the lines a little bit. We are looking at a naval fighter jet here, the F3H2 Demon. Looking pretty good, by the way. I love the model. It looks very nice. Can't say otherwise. It sits right here in the tree, right where you would expect it, below the naval fighters, at the end of the line, below the Cougar. So there is that. It is a 9.0 battle rating. Well, it has 4 20mm cannons, and it has 4 sidewinders, the B version. It has no armor protection on it, and it does have nice centralized firepower with these guns here. Also 190 rounds, that is also quite nice, but they do fire quickly, so you will run out of them pretty quickly anyway. Let's see if there is any other options. Yes, there's tons of options to use this plane as a ground attacker as well. All kinds of options, as you see, the missiles, the rockets, the bombs, and combinations of those things. So yeah, looks like a very versatile naval fighter that can net you a lot of fun. I bet it will miss the 10.3 battle rating, so it sits just below that to probably be competitive then. But it will be slow as a naval plane, but we'll see how it ends up. Let's move on to Germany. Germany has 2 copy-pasted new planes. It has the F86K from the French line, and from the Italian premium copy-pasted the G91R4. Now, where do these planes sit in the line? The Air Force sits right here, below the G91R3, and the F86 sits right here, below the CL13s. Let's take a look at this plane, the G91. I flew out most of these planes. I didn't fly out this particular model yet, the premium Italian. It does have nice armor protection, especially for the pilot. Nice little, well, cockpit protection, right, from almost all sides. Here, of course, this thing is always, as with all jets, this is the main area where you want to hit it. Fires and engine damage and stuff like that. It does have the 50 cals, 4 of them, with some nice ammo load there. And it does have 4 Sidewinder missiles. Does it have any other options? Well, just missiles and a few bombs and some, you know, Mighty Mouse and AA-20 Nord missiles. These are also air-to-air missiles. Several things you can put on there, several choices you have as you go through this line. But for the rest, not many options in the ground attacking area. Now, for this one, I haven't flown the French one out either, as I'm still working on the French jets. I don't have the end versions of all these things. Let's see what kind of modifications this thing has. It only has the sidewinders, so this is a pure fighter. Looking good. What do we have on the... Has a little bit of armor protection. Centralized firepower with the 4 20mm cannons. 2 sidewinders to boost. With a 9.3 battle rating. It will face the top tier. I don't know, man. I didn't hear great stories about this thing. So we'll see. But maybe I was wrong and people can make it work in those up tiers. Let's move on to the next nation. We have the Soviet Union, which has the Su-7B added. It looks like this plane is a attacker. Has a lot of attacking options. It sits below the LA-15 and the LA-200. Here we go in rank 6. 9.0 battle rating, so it does miss out on top tier, which is probably a good thing. This thing does look pretty good, fast though, for a 9.0 plane. That's alright. It does have a little bit of armor for the pilot, and it does have the 30mm cannons with only 80 rounds, as you know, with all Soviet planes almost. Very little ammo. Big caliber, explosions when you hit something, but you run out of ammo if you're not careful. With the modifications in the... You do have several rocket options and several bomb options. Not much, but it is there. I guess you could use it as a fighter as well if you leave those options off. Or you can go the ground attacker route. That gives a little bit of versatility on this plane probably. And well... Nice look on the plane. Big bugger. And we'll move on to Great Britain, where they added the Scimitar F Mark I naval aircraft. Sits right here below the naval fighter line. These naval fighters are often multitasking. Probably this one as well. Let's take a look. The 30mm Aidons with 640 rounds. That is pretty amazing. A lot of firepower. Below the plane, as most British fighters have them there. Big, lumpy plane looks like. I don't know if that's gonna do anything to the roll rate. Probably will. There's a little bit of armor for the pilot protection. That is nice. It does have a lot of fuel tanks in the wings. So it looks like a big risks for fires and stuff like that. Does have the Aidens there with a lot of ammunition. That is good for them 30mm. Can be devastating. Has 4 sidewinders as well. Let's take a look at the other options. Indeed, it is multitasking again. It has several options, rockets, bombs, with sidewinders and combination. You can also only take bombs and stuff like that. There's quite a few options there to make this plane multifunctional. I don't like the look of this plane. Looks a bit sluggish, but we'll see. It has a 9.3 battle rating, so it will face the top tier, the 10.3 planes, and I think this thing is going to be cannon fodder right there, but yeah, we'll see. That's the only plane added for the bridge. Let's move on to Japan. Here we have the excuse prop, the plane added, so that we cannot say there is only jets in this patch. No, there is this thing, the B6N2 Model 12. Where does it sit in the line? It sits right here. Nice naval torpedo bomber. 2.0 battle rating. Looks quite nice. Maximum load is 250 kilogram bombs. That is with bombs. You can also take torpedoes, I believe. Yes, there you go. And an 800 kilo bomb if you want. You start off with 6 60 kilogram bombs. And well, you have no forward facing guns on this plane. Just a turret on the top and a turret below. So there is that. It looks to be pretty fast for a 2.0 battle rating. Turn time is also very nice, like with all Japanese planes mostly. And rate of climb, not too shabby. But yeah, we're gonna have to look at this plane. Seems like a nice plane. But the only prop in this patch, and it was the only added plane for the Japanese. Moving on to the Chinese, we've got a copy-pasted Sabre, the F40 from the Japanese, copy-pasted. I like that thing a lot, quite maneuverable, quite enjoyable to fly that plane out. Where does it sit in the line? It sits right here in rank 5, at an 8.3 battle rating. Won't face anything near the top fighters, so no worries of that. I still have a long way to go in the Chinese line, as you can see, as I'm working on my new project, but we will not be reviewing this one pretty quickly, unless Gaijin wants to give me a whole bunch of new rents, but I don't know if I want to fly many jets right now while I'm working on my new project. But on the other hand, they're the new planes, and that's what many people want to see. So I might take some time to take out the crown jewels of this patch, which are coming right now. Let's move on to the Italians. Here we go. The F-104S Starfighter. I used to have a model when I was a kid of this plane, and I mean the Dutch flew this thing as well. I was in love with this plane. I found it absolutely great. It looked like a big arrow going through the sky, and I found it fantastic. But so I'm looking forward to fly this plane. It has a 120mm cannon with 750 rounds. Let's see where it is in the tree first, by the way. It sits right here below the F-86K at a 10.0 battle rating. Finally, the Italians get something above 10.0. And it's a nice plane. It's a unique plane. It's the first one of its kind in the game, and that is always nice. That's the planes you want to see. Let's take a look. It does have some armor protection for the pilot. It has the offensive 20mm cannon here, looking very nice. It's rapid firing this thing, 750 rounds. It will take you a while to get through those, but it won't take you that long. And it also has 6 Sidewinder cannons, 6 Sidewinder missiles. You see, this plane makes me so fantastically enthusiastic that I can't find my words anymore, but 6 missiles, that's quite a lot. Let's see what else this plane has on options here. It does have quite a bit of options in the bomb, rocket and missile loads. So you can vary with that and you can see what suits you best. But I think I'm gonna fly with 6 Sidewinders. That sounds like a great plan to me. This is probably gonna be one of the first planes I would love to look at. Anyway, yeah, the Starfighter. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. Let's move on to the French. The French also has a new unique plane, the Mirage 3C, sitting at 9.0 battle rating. Will not face the top tier. 10.3 battle rating just misses that, so that is quite nice for this plane. Looks to be quite maneuverable, good climb rate, pretty nice speed. If you well, you can't trust the stat cars, you never can, but still looks quite nice. Where does it sit in the line? It sits right here at 9.0, below the Super Mystère. No 10.0 or 10.3 planes yet for the French, but well, we can't complain, right? This is a unique new plane, and gotta love that. Doesn't have any armor protection, this plane. No protection for the pilot. A lot of fuel tanks in the wings. Yeah, that's never nice. And you've got the 30mm with 125 rounds right there and there, so that sits quite alright. Looking like a nice new plane at a 9.0 battle rating. Should be quite competitive there. The Swedish have no new planes, so there is no use to look at that. I think it's even still locked. Probably starts off in a new patch where it becomes available for everybody. But all in all, these planes look quite nice. I'm especially enthusiastic for the Mirage 3C and the Starfighter for the Italians. And apart from that, we'll have to see how many of the new jets I can get on loans from Gaijin. We'll see. And we'll take a look at them. But I know which ones I'm gonna ask for, for sure. So that was my quick overview, sneak peek of patch 1.99 on the dev server. We'll see where this goes. It looks quite nice, but again, it is a jet patch, and I was just hoping for some more props. I can understand on one side that they want to add a lot of planes to the jet lines and fill them out a little bit, but the last 2 patches, 1 prop each. I think it's quite meager for the prop lovers among us. But anyway, we can't do anything about it, right? They're focusing on the jets. That's it, I guess. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.